Yeah, I think from a outsider's point of view, and I can only just speak from an outsider's point of view, the I think the first point was when, Dre leaves, and then the stoking up of the beef with East Coast, and then Pac and Biggie dying. So there was a lot of like, well, who's the common denominator? And so Suge, that's why from an outsider's point, because we don't know
He's
him
the fall
personally.
guy. He's the
Yeah,
fall guy.
yeah. So
He
that's
took
what
the,
we saw
he took
is
the
that
heat
he's
being a
the
leader. But all of the problems weren't his. Nobody was messing with him. Nobody was pushing him around. Even with Dre, Dre had a situation, that had to be, like that he needed support in. Is when you go in NWA and you're broke. You wrote all the hit records, and he really didn't have nothing. I remember seeing Dre come get money, from Mike, borrowing money. Not to put his business out there, but I mean, he's
Mm,
good now. But
yeah.
that's just what I remember. I pulled up one day at Mike's house. He's there. And Mike is talking to him and just telling him like, everybody was telling him how big he should be. He was learning, what he had done and just, not receiving what you should get for what you did. But so Suge was like a savior of sorts.
Mm,
He was the one who was making sure we got what we were supposed to get.
yeah.
It's just everybody had problems. So if you came to him and you're part of the family now, you're like, man, I got a problem with these guys or these guys in my neighborhood are doing this, he was gonna try to address it. He was gonna try to facilitate it. He was, but it's just the bad part about it is I think where he went, what happens, and I just put myself in his shoes is imagine you make someone's dreams come true. You're not necessarily a music guy, you're a muscle guy. He's a football player.
Mm,
And the other part is football players are built a little different. He was very aggressive, and very competitive.
mm,
So he just kind of like translated that over into the business. But when people come to you with problems and then you work their problems out, or somebody come to you and say, I need this, and you do all of these things, and it just was funny to me that the weakest guys would commit the worst infractions. Like how you take this kind of money from someone and then act like you're not going to do the work, or how are you in the studio and a guy puts you in the studio and then you order, from rental companies or something, equipment, or you taking our studio, you stealing in our studio, like just it was always things that had to be checked. And I think that's where it got out of control
mm,
because everybody's calling all day with their problems. I think he just became a problem because everybody dumped their problems on him.
mm.
Honestly, that's how I feel. I seen him do a lot of stuff, and I respect Snoop for the things that he's done in recent years, which is, they resolved that between them two, which is cool because man, dude, you had a murder beef. Had he not did what he did, you would be in prison just like any other label would have let it. Any other label would have just let it happen. But he got him the best attorneys, put together the best, type of defense, you know, and Snoop never went to prison.
Mm.
Or his homeboy, Sean Dog, my homeboy. Never, you know what I'm saying? He took care of everybody. And so I just think people forget the good deeds, the Mother's Day's events, the Christmas time when we gave away gifts. We did a lot of good stuff.
Mm.
But it was just the street element is something you won't escape. If you play in the streets will win.
Yeah, but then there's also the areas of the publishing side,
Mm-hmm.
the business side where Snoop says, "Well, I wrote all these songs, I didn't get any, I wasn't paid for." And most artists, I would not just on Death Row, but most artists had that issue. Gene Griffin did the same with Teddy, and others would just you'd sign off not knowing what's yours and getting your publishing and stuff. And I think that was an area that
But
we heard.
that's not what they would do. I'm gonna tell you what they would do. that offer you a little bit of money and say, hey, I can give you this. I'm gonna give you some money for this as an artist or producer. And oh, by the way, there's another 35 or, I don't know what them guys, but for me, there was an offer made from my publishing and I just knew what it was. And I told David Kenner, I'm not signing that. Try to get me to sign it right now. I'm like, I'm not signing that. He's like, well, if you want to check. So that's how a lot of people end up doing it. The money's there. Most guys from the studio do $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 on the table for your signature. Most of them sign it right on the spot.
What stopped you? How did you know?
Oh, I was already in the business by then. I'd already worked with Teddy by then and had management and knew the process of getting a contract and having a manager say, seeing a markup. So like even now, if somebody gives me a contract, I know how to mark a contract up. You know what I'm saying? I know how to adjust it so that it fits what I really want. I know how to read it so I understand what's going on,
Okay.
Just from years of reading contracts. And getting tired. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, you learn how to look and see what should be there, what's not there. Even with my son, I was his manager, into his acting. If you look who's listed as his manager, is me, with taking him into the business. And they gave us a contract and I marked it up and sent it to our attorney. And he was like, oh, yeah, well, pretty much, yeah, you got it. But it's just after years and years of, because that's the whole thing of looking like, man, I got to know business. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, if you do music, you have a level of intelligence that's brilliant. If you're good, if you're exceptional. So if you apply that to other things, it applies. It's the same thing. It's all about, applying it and having that thirst for it, that eagerness or that zeal to really understand business and to do things like even with me in the recent years. Shout out to Soulja Boy. Go get that S-Boy by Draco, but that's one of my products. I should have it here. Oh yeah, I do. Hold on, let's do this. Man.
Okay, what is that? Is that
that's
cologne?
Mom. It's Draco, Soulja Boy's cologne, S-Boy by Draco. Go get this. 13 notes. It's compared to all of the top brands.
Wow.
This is what I do now. Go get that. And we have S-Boy for men and for women. S-Boy by Draco. So
what is it that you do? What's your part?
I'm an owner. I'm a partner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what happened was I met some business people through my attorney, and he was just saying like, music's cool, but I want to show you how to get money. You're gonna make so much money outside of music. You can do music for fun. Look at that. I didn't graduate high school. Hey.
You got I did see it on your Instagram. I didn't know what it was. So okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between
us, or even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
she's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay.
They don't understand what those boys are winning all spirits.
Play it.
These guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.